big corporations and big companies who can meet the collateral requirements and the administrative requirements, such as reporting your revenue, and just making it very easy for the lenders to give you a loan. Corporations and big companies who can meet a small business to do that. So you're kind of stuck in a place where, I'm giving all this money out of my own pockets to try and start a business because I'm doing something I love, but the powers that be there and everything else is not really supporting you. So I see that, and I just want to make it clear that is just one of the harsh realities. So, and then lastly, there is a big market on cash still. For a lot of vendors, they don't necessarily have a big digital adoption, and not because of anything. It's just because there's a lack of also challenges with infrastructure, with logistics and commerce that just make things hard to manage. So, if you're doing delivery, the business is responsible for that. If you're doing any sort of advanced logistics, you are going to be the one eating the cost of that. And then there's also trust as well that gets eroded through different things like, fraud. A lot of buyers, a lot of sellers actually will deliver something. I wouldn't even know if they're getting their payments upfront. They manage their communication through multiple platforms, whether it's WhatsApp or Instagram or whichever platform you talk to your vendor. It's always very distributed and not very consolidated, making it very hard to track and to be on top of a customer and to give them the best experience that they would want. So that's the reality of the small business owner in Nigeria. I'll repeat it again. About 50% of the nation's economic output comes from small businesses. They drive the GDP of the country. 80% of the jobs are created by these small businesses. However, all the things around you are telling you that we do not support you. Make thin margins. You don't have access to credit or good financing. You don't have a good digital infrastructure or logistics infrastructure. And Arena sees all of that. And that is why we're here. Arena is really designed specifically to attack the pain points of Nigerian artisans across the country. We understand the reality of all artisans and medium and small businesses, and we have come up with a solution that takes that reality into account, helps to give you the platform and infrastructure you need to actually focus on sales and not administration and administrative duties. I cannot reshare my screen. Yes, absolutely. Let me reshare my screen. Yeah, please let me know if there's any issues. Thank you, Pelumi, for letting me know. Helping me go through the slide. We just want you to know that Arena is here for you. So let's get started with the demo. I hope everybody can see my screen once more. Let me know if you cannot. So here we are. This is the landing page of Arena. Just a couple of things here to note. I'll be starting off with the vendor experience. I'll start with the user experience. I will place an order, and then we'll go to the vendor side and just check and make sure. Just check and make sure you can see how that order goes from order to fulfilled. So starting off, this is the user side. The user has many different places to explore on Arena. So you have your account pages, you have your orders, quotes, wish list, and we have a reward system. Let's go into the shop and see, some of the beautiful items that already some of our vendors have put on here. You can see we have a wide variety of items on the platform. Any user can go and select anything here to buy. So let's do a test. I'm going to order something, and let's just get started on the actual process itself. So I created a test order. We won't be doing any live tests today, but let's make sure we can find this. Okay, so we can add this to cart. So let's just assume that this is one product that one of our talented vendors have created or has made, has listed and posted on our platform. The user has access to secure payments, again, like I said, and delivery. Once the person is ready to check out, they will go here into their cart. If they have reward points, they can also apply those points. And how our reward system really goes is that for every new registration, there's 10 points that a user gets administered. And if you refer somebody, you get 5 points in return for that registration. So you can rack up 75 points for 7.5K off your order, or 100 points for 10,000 naira off your cart total subtotal. So next, once this is done, we automatically fetch shipping rates from our providers. So you can see there's 2 different shipping rates here. And in order for this to work, obviously the user has to put in their address, but also on the other side, the vendor has to also put in their address to make sure that this flow ends. And I'll make sure to show you guys how to enable this, because this is basically how you guys can get logistics covered end to end. And you can see on the right hand side, the order summary, the total is automatically applied, or the shipping cost is automatically applied to the subtotal, meaning this cost has been passed on to the customer and you don't have to worry about logistics. So when we have this rate, and the user is satisfied with it, we can now create this order. Before the order is complete, they obviously have to pay. And the total itself here, you can see, is the platform fee, which we take 10% of the order, the subtotal, and we take that as a platform fee to help keep our platform running. And we also add on the cost of shipping that's passed on to the customer. So let's go and pay for this. This will open up a new window. Currently, our payment provider is Paystack, so they will go onto a Paystack checkout link, and they will be able to check out from here. So as you can see, this is just a test, but obviously this is basically the same experience on the actual site. So you can pay here. Once that is done, the user actually gets 2 notifications. So the first one is actually an order received notification. So any user who has bought something will get this on their side. Also, the vendor will get something, and I'll show you that as well. And then once they pay, they will also get a receipt showing the total amount that we just asked them to pay on the checkout. So that is it. One last thing on the user side. Orders at this point are not confirmed. They are in a pending state. It is on the vendor to then go and confirm this order for it to then start processing. So if a user goes into their orders, you can see here, this is the last order we made. This is the subtotal of the product. So this is the actual cost of the product, not including tax, but you will be able to see all the details in the order details page. So you can see we didn't add a platform fee there, but we have the subtotal plus the shipping. And we have everything the user needs to know about their order. So, and they can even cancel it while it's in a pending state or confirmed state. So these states are, I'll probably mention these states many, many times during this meeting. And they're very, very important, because that is how a vendor can let the customer know exactly where the order is. Where, if it's been confirmed, if it's shipped, if it's been delivered, that will automatically be sent to them a delivery notification. But again, it is only the vendor to make sure that you're building a relationship with your customer, and giving them an up-to-date idea of where their order is. So let's go on to the business side, where everybody is here and their experience. Sorry. There's a login here, and you can see all right. So we're going to log into the vendor side. You can see every vendor side of things. So here's the landing page for most vendors. This is what you saw. You have a overview, take all of the orders that you have, basically an overview of your business, right? What your total revenue is from last month, your total number of orders, the total customers that you have, your total number of orders, the total customers that you have, the average order value, who are your customers, how much are they buying, how much is their order, how much are their orders. We have, I have an idea to put in the categories, obviously, here too as well. To show, okay, if you're selling multiple categories, multiple items in different categories, you can see which category is your best performing category, and things of that sort. So this is more of a performance thing. So let's get to the order, right? So we see that we just had an order come through our email, and now we can also see that same order on your dashboard. So you can click on this order. In order to get started, to actually process the order, I told you have to confirm it. So in order to do that, you go to your orders, and you can do it one of two ways, right? You can look at the full details of the order. You can even confirm it from here. But let's look at the details, because that is the page that you'll be working on a lot. So once the order comes through, you can see you can change it to a different status or state. So let's change it to a confirmed state. What happens on the back end now is that the user is now notified that their order is confirmed, the customer, but also a shipping label is created. So this is the rates that the user got, the customer got when they were sending out the order. Is also the same rate we'll make sure to try and get for you when you're ready to ship this product. So when you click on create shipping label, you'll get this view. You can see the status of the label is there, and you can also get the tracking number of this particular logistics, the tracking number of the logistics. So when the logistics is ready, right, and it'll tell you its information about when the rider is coming, so you can be prepared as a vendor to make that and fulfill that order. And again, this is not immediate, right? You have full control over when this happens, right? When you confirm that order. So it is really on the vendor really to make sure that you are well stocked and well ready to take on orders, because one thing we really want to avoid is getting these labels and then the rates expiring, things like that. So just make sure if on the vendor side that your inventory is actually a reflecting reality. And we'll get into how we can manage inventory, but let's continue this process. So once this shipping label is ready, you can also see the shipping information for this particular order. And then once once the rider comes or people come to pick it up, then you can say, you can actually, after you confirm it and print the label, you can even say it's processing, right? So you're processing the order. So this just keeps the user informed. And then once it's actually shipped, you can click on shipped, and then the person on the other side, the customer, will see all of this on their order status. So you can see here now more when you send out a new status change or a new state change, the user will also get that information as well. So this just keeps that communication going without necessarily having to contact them directly. And there are also other options to contact them directly if you need to, which I will show you in a second. But this just makes it easier to do some unspoken communication with your customer, so that they are informed about the status of their order. Okay, let's move back here. So if there was something that happened with the order, you really want to talk to the person that made this order, you can also contact the customer. Now this would open up a chat with the actual customer that made the order, and you can just have a conversation with them directly from this page. It won't be this slow again. My computer is just very slow today, but I can show you also the messaging side of things. So we'll get into the into customer conversations right now. Let's see if this loads quick enough. If not, I'll go to the other page. Yeah, it's loading perpetually. Sorry, it's just a demo. Not everything goes well. So I'll show you the actual messages. So you can actually contact the person that made the order. Fortunately for me, I have the messages loaded up here. Come on. Let's just wait for a second. And I guess maybe this would be a good time to maybe answer some questions if there's any. I can pause here for any questions. Okay, I'll take the silence as no questions for now. But again, you can see here, there's the chat window. I want to chat with the person who made the order. Then I can chat with them from here. I can attach product, I can attach information, right? I can attach text and video and whatnot, and I can send that to the person who made the order. So that is how you can communicate with them on the platform. The user also has many different ways that they can chat with you. So for example, if I was, say for example, I want to go and chat about a particular product. And again, let's just use our test products for now. But again, this is the same experience for everybody. So if you go on the product page for a particular product, you can, number one, you can chat with the customer, and I'll get to this quote feature in a second, but you can technically just click here, and that will open up a chat window with the product attached. And that should technically open up a chat window for you to chat with the vendor. Messaging is really slow right now, so sorry about that. It's a lot faster on the actual site, but again, I think my computer is just really struggling to project this window and do what it needs to do at the same time. So sorry about that. Yeah, I think it just timed out. So I think this is just so sorry about that. So this does not happen. This is not the experience. Again, this is online. So let's see if we can get this. This is, yeah. So you get the quote, you get the chat window. I'll see if I can open up a chat from here. Let's see if we can do that. Yeah, so the chat window here basically is the same thing that opens up for the user. Crap, I don't have any cash. The money back. All right. So in any case, if a customer is interested in a particular product, or they want to ask more questions about a product, you can also attach that product here. So you can search for the product, you can click on it, it will attach it, and then you can write whatever message to the vendor. Let's go back to the vendor side. So that is how you do your messages. It is also very clear here to see that you have analytics, right? So why is this important? Because one of our features in the future is to place more of a trust score for a vendor, meaning every vendor will have a score that's basically calculated based on many different things, right? The reviews that they have, the response time of your response time to messages and everything, response time to chats, and just general things like sales numbers, things like that, to give you a score, to be and to give you a badge, basically to tell vendors and to tell to tell customers that, hey, this vendor is very reputable. This vendor has a lot of a good trust and goodwill with their own customers, which again helps you attain more customers, right? So that is one thing in the future. So just make sure, we are tracking all this information now. So, it is definitely on the vendor to put in their best efforts to please their customer, which I know already you guys do at the moment. So we just use that again to help you on the platform. So there's a couple other things I want to go through. One thing is inventory management, like I mentioned before. So, for example, how do you add a product? So if this is the main question, right? I want to add a product to my dashboard. I want to add a product so that I can list it on the shop. So this is one way. So when you get to the products page, you can click on Add Product here. And what that does is I open up a form for you to fill out your product information. And really for us, it's very important that you put in clear, lit photos that can highlight your product, right? You don't want vendors to, have to look twice for them to understand what it is that you're selling. We also are trying to make sure one of the features that we're trying to put into this is also AI, like product filling your product name and description with AI. I know a lot of times you don't have like particular names for your products, or if you want to, start like a line or something, maybe it's easier to use AI to build out those names and descriptions. So we are working on that, but for now, it is important that we get these filled out, especially this product information, product details for weight and dimensions. That goes a long way with our logistics, so that they know exactly what to expect when they come pick up the package. You can set your price from here, the number of stock, or the stock quantity of that product, and then you can also add the images of the product here. So in order to actually get it listed, you just have to basically click active product, click this toggle, and immediately when you save this product, it will be pushed onto our shop page. So that is how you create a product. When a product is then created, you can actively monitor the amount of sales. You can monitor the stock amount. So this drops every time somebody creates an order. This will drop. So it just gives you a good understanding of how much stock you have without really having to go and do the physical work of doing that. This does the tracking automatically for you. And if you have any product that you currently have listed that you want to edit, you can also edit it using the actions button that I just clicked. You can see again here the total number of inventory, rating for this product, and just a few different things about the product that you've originally saved in the first place. So there, the photos and everything are also stored here. Page. I've shown you the orders page, and let's go into the inventory page. So you might be asking, okay, what's the difference between inventory and products? And really, inventory is for you to manage, like for you to get a good idea of like the total value of your product. So in the products page, we do have some information about sales and everything, but the inventory page gives you an idea of how many things are low in stock, how many things are out of stock. So if you really want to get a clear picture of, okay, how many things do I need to go and restock, inventory is the page where you need to go. And you can also see the total value of all the products that you have listed here. So the full value of everything that's in here, you can also see here. So that's the difference between inventory and products. And if you click on this, it basically just takes you to the same add new product. So you can add a product from either page. One page is really just mainly for restocking and making sure you have everything in stock, and maybe a little bit more better analytics. Next page I would like to show is custom quotes. So sometimes, if you can't necessarily price a product well, or say you have a customer who is really interested in the product, but you don't have that particular SKU listed on the platform, this is where you will go to technically create a custom quote. So if anybody really wanted something very custom, they like your products, they want to get something from you, but you don't have it listed, and you don't have really a set price, right? So maybe you need to go and buy materials for that thing and you don't necessarily know, and you want to give the customer an estimate. of how much it will cost, this is where you would go and do that. So you can create a quote from here. You would have to get information from the user, but when you fill out this form, you can add items. You can add items about what it is that you're trying to quote this customer for, and then you can also add your total, like the pricing here itself. So basically, that's how you do it. So you can add the unit price, say 50,000 for this one particular thing, right? You have a VAT, I think it's just 7.5% for Nigeria, so this has to be added to everything for tax purposes, obviously. And so you can add that here and send this to the person, right? To the email address. They'll get an email for that. And then you guys can there's actually some sort of a haggling process where the customer will be the one to accept that quote, or they can return a counter offer. So in the case where you don't agree on the price, they can send you the price that they want. You can also counter offer as well as a vendor and say, hey, you're pricing me too low. That's too low. That's I can't even afford one material for that thing. So send that to me. You can also counter offer and then agree on the price. So this also helps you to get something to where if people are interested, it just doesn't stop at the things that you have listed, right? You can really take a customer's interest and for your products and run with that and just offer them more value. In this case, so that's one of the ways you can also sell a product on Areno. And again, once the offer gets accepted, it's the same process, right? There'll be an order created for that, and it's on you, the vendor, to then confirm that order and start the fulfillment process. So that is custom quotes. And any questions, please come off mute. You can raise your hand. I would love to hear. So I'll continue on to the last couple of pages here. One is the customer review. So this is where you can see the number of reviews you have, the average rating, and if there's you can also reply to reviews on the product page. So if somebody has sent a review of your product and you really like their review, you can also send back a response to say, hey, thank you very much. I hope you come back and shop with me again, this and that. So there's, again, many different ways to build rapport, to build a relationship with the vendors, because at the end of the day, for most businesses, it is the returning customers who are the ones that are paying those bills, those bills and everything. Finding new customers is very hard and it takes a lot of work. So you want to make sure to give you a platform that can continue to keep those customers coming back. Sorry. So again, here's the payout. This is the payments page. This is probably one of the more important pages for the vendors, because obviously when you want to get paid, you want to get paid. So there's two ways to do that. Right. We have currently we have a payout system. Where if a business has a bank account added with us, we will automatically create on the back end basically a virtual account for you guys, so that when somebody goes and buys any of your products, automatically those orders, the amount gets your cut gets moved to your account automatically. It gets moved to that virtual account. From that virtual account, then you can get paid out. And that's why this page is here. It's for you to set up your bank account and set up your payout information or your payout schedule. So again, add a bank account. So you just come here. You can add a bank account. You enter your business name. The provider is Paystack for now. We're going to basically abstract this away, so you don't have to click on the provider. But we support either Flutterwave or Paystack. And basically you can use that to add your virtual account. You will go on this list and obviously click on the bank that you have, preferably. And this is not a requirement or anything. It can be a personal account. It can be any account, but preferably for your business and administrative things, it would be good to have a business account that's separate from your personal account to do some for better accounting. And that, again, that is not a hard requirement for Areno. That's just what I believe is better, especially when it comes to tracking your sales and everything. And maybe even if you want to go and get a credit or a loan or something like that, you have one place where everything is all contained for your business. So you can set your default account from here, and once that is all done, we create virtual accounts for you. And then in order for you to actually get a payout, you can request a payout from here. So once your virtual accounts are created, you can actually see the balance for that account in here. And basically you can request a payout manually. And once that payout is requested within 24 to 48 hours, your money will be sent to you. There's also another option to get paid out automatically. So if you want auto settlement, if you want to be settled maybe at the end of every day, at the end of every week, or even monthly, you can set it up here to basically settle you automatically. So you can have the amounts that you want to get paid out every month, from that virtual account into your personal account or business account, your bank account, and have this basically do that request payout function for you. So it's very, very, very flexible from a payments perspective. If you want to, just keep some money here and there, if you want to keep money just for your savings, or if you want to save money for your account, you want to have like some sort of like savings on the side, or if you want to just have something where okay, this is the account I used to buy all my materials from and everything. This also helps you kind of separate that accounting, and really leverage your business as a way to grow, right? As a way to continue to grow. So that's the payment side of things. And if you have any questions, please let me know. Again, the last part of the vendor experience on Areno here is your profile. This is just a straightforward place where you can go and change anything about your business. So you can change your name. You can change the business information. And I'll just note here, this is the place where you would put your address so that fulfillment works. So I remember I mentioned in the beginning that, in order for somebody to actually get a shipping rate for your business, you have to have a valid address. And so just make sure everything else is here. Everything is populated here. The more information, the better. Zip code, it will be helpful, but just make sure your address, your city, your state, and your country is valid. I'm sure everybody in here is in Nigeria, but we don't have any plans on moving away from that anytime soon. So just make sure that's all there. And then your notifications, we do have notifications all set up for vendors. This just, if you want email notifications turned on, you probably want this turned on. You probably want your orders notification turned on. System updates and marketing emails, we don't really do those right now. And then price alerts, that is still in progress. So that is mainly for pricing. So if there's, if you want to change your pricing on your thing, then, once you do change it, this will notify you just to confirm. So we haven't fully integrated that yet, but those are the settings. And also this is where you can go and change your passwords, right? So password reset if you need to, but again, every vendor needs a password. And we will be enabling two-factor authentication very soon, just to be sure that your security is taken well care of. So that is the basic idea of Areno. We would love to have a lot more feedback. We would love to hear, your experience on it. And we would love to just, understand your challenges, because, I can talk about statistics every day and tell you guys, these are the profit margins and these are the number of percent of people who have access to this. But, I really do want to know what each and every one of you are dealing with on a daily basis, so that we can continue to make Areno a platform for you guys, for vendors. And, that is real. That time range is actually determined by the vendor. How fast you want to take on an order, or how slow you want to really depends on the vendor. So that is why we at least my goal, my advice to vendors is that the sooner the better, right? This as soon as you get an order, try and confirm it. Get the shipping label. Make sure you're keeping track of when the pickup is happening, and then send it. After that, most likely, the amount of time is really just determined, and the amount of time on when the customer gets the order is determined by the logistics side, which is not on the vendor. The only thing you can control as a vendor is the confirmation. So it depends, and I hope that answers your question, Marvelous. So it really does depend on the vendor side, how fast you want to confirm that order. So it can be as fast or as slow as you want it to be. All right, thank you. That's a good question. Okay, I will share a couple more things here. I want to show you also, that you're also informed during the the process. You also get confirmation details. So if you confirmed it, an order, you also get an email, and this is basically that kicks off the shipping process for that order. So everybody is very well informed. The user also, that is Areno, and thank you again for you guys for hopping up and showing up, and tuning in and listening. I'd love to leave this last 10 minutes to have an open conversation. I know it might be scary to come off mute and talk, but I'd love to really know what are the challenges you guys are facing on a day-to-day, and if you think Areno can help you with that, and if you think it's lacking anything, please let us know. Because our job, really, our goal and our hope as a company is to help the people who are really pushing the Nigerian economy forward. And I think at the end of the day, you guys definitely deserve more respect and more access to things that all these bigger businesses are getting. So, for example, my goal, my hope about this business, I need to take on a loan to scale this business and to grow my business, and Areno will be there to provide you those documents. And that is my hope, that we have that sort of thing in place so that, everybody can get more access to financing, because the goal, again, is to scale your business. Areno is for you as a vendor, and we want you to grow on our platform as much as we are growing right now. So again, thank you. I will leave it again. I don't want to over talk too much, but if you have any questions, please let me know, and we can have a conversation here. Otherwise, I can let you have the rest of your evening, and just want to say thank you again, and big thank you to my team. I didn't do a bunch of introductions, but I'll do that now a little bit. I am Oluwani Femi Ademo. I go by Femi Ademo. I am the CEO and co-founder of Areno. And again, I'm a wonderful team that supports me. We have all the leads on this chat here today. We have Mubarak Akinboye, who is the the big guy, the PM, our PM, our program manager, our product manager. He's here all the time trying to make sure that Areno is successful. We have Belumi, Belumi, Ido Folaji. We have Olashubomi Okunsola. We have here also Marvelous. I don't know if that's you at the same time, but she also works on our sales team. And yeah, this is our team. We are all here to support you guys. And yeah, so thank you again for joining. So yeah, that is it. Thank you. Any questions will be open for now. Please just let me know if you have any questions or concerns or challenges that you want to share. Let me hear it. Naomi Day, sorry. Yes, Naomi Day is here too. Sorry about that. He runs our blog, so big props to him. And we are live on TikTok as well. Wow. I mean, we're live everywhere. We hope that Areno can really be a good thing for you guys. That is really our goal. So thank you again. I don't think there's any. Our email is support@thearenaNG.com. And yeah, again, the computer just loves to play with me when I needed to do something here. So let's click on contact. Yeah, sorry. So there we go. So you can actually send a message through the platform directly to us, or you can go to these two emails, support@thearenaNG or hello@thearenaNG.com. We are basically